Okay, here I'm back again. So I was gonna go a real quick video on what's a good knife still. A lot of people at work ask me, well, what's a good knife I can buy, because they know I sharpen knives and I kind of collect knives. And I said, well, it's just not that simple of a question. You got a lot of things to factor in. But one of the most important things is the steel. So I'm just gonna basically go over just the steel today, what I've found out. What I found out right now to this date, stainless steels with no name on them, or even say surgical steel, usually are cheap. They're probably not worth buying, or if it's under $10, maybe. But if they don't put what kind of steel it is, it's not worth it. So that's just the first thing right off the bat. The second thing would be heat treatment. The heat treatment from like a Spyderco Benchmade is probably going to be better than like a no-name company that you don't know. Even though they might say they have better materials, that might not necessarily be true. The heat treat does for the steel mean a lot. But right now I'm going to go over hardness and kind of real quick on pricing. So the budget ones are right here in this area. So a 7CR17, which is a Gerber uses a lot. That's like that one right there. The Gerber will use a lot of it. They use that a lot. So like I said, I'm going to try to keep it fast. Next one is 8CR13 MOV. It is a Browning black label and a Spyderco Tenacious. This is you'll find a lot of knife companies will Spyderco. A lot of people, a Spyderco usually costs around $100, but they came out with the Tenacious using a little cheaper steel, so they opened up the market a little bit better. So it's made in China and it's got a little cheaper steel, but 8CR13 is not a bad steel. It usually goes for $15 to $50. The 7CR17 usually goes around 15 to 30. So anyway, so the next one down the line is the OS 8, and this is a Camillus, and they usually go for about, with the OS 8, from anywhere from like $30 to $60. Because it's a little improvement on 8CR13. So next one in line I have is the Ganzo Firebird. It uses 440C, which is a slight improvement over OS 8. I watched videos of them, people doing retention tests, so that's a little bit better than that, but it's a little cheaper, so that's kind of weird. So between these two, I'd go over OS 8, and the price is usually OS 8 $30 to $60. Price 440C is 15 to 30. I would rather have this one than this one just because of the price, and this is better knife. So that's the 440Cs are really kind of a steal right now. All right, so those are, and then one last budget one is the 14C28. I do not have that particular one, but that's right there. That's another. Kershaw uses it a lot for like it, and it goes like roughly from $40 to $100. So as you're going up, you get stepping up more and more expensive. Here's a wild card one I got. It's a H1. It's another Spyderco, but this is meant for salt water. If you're going out on the ocean and stuff, it will not rust. So that's the H1 steel, and that's usually $75 to $150. And then lastly, well, there's things I don't have, which are M390, which is like a really premium steel, which is roughly it's just kind of out of touch. It's like 150 to the sky. I mean, on Blade HQ, I think I seen one for 700, anywhere from 150. I seen one for $700. So M390 is a premium steel. If you don't have, you have whatever you want to buy. You want to buy M390, that's a really good steel to have on a knife, but you're going to pay for it. Another high-end steel is S30V. I don't have one, but it's another high-end Rockwell hardness 63, roughly $100 to $200. Like I said, the H1, this is it's kind of considered a mid-range steel, and it's 75 to 150. But I got these two here. It's kind of the latest fad in the knife community is the D2 steel, which you'll find out of China, and it has an edge retention of 64, or hardness, I shouldn't say edge retention, but hardness of 64, and they go from $30 to $100. So this is kind of a interesting thing, but it's called D2, and it's a tool steel, so it's more, it could potentially rust. But I don't know. That's what they say. But it's a, like I said, a tool steel, and it has on the Rockwell scale, very, very hard. I'm going to run down through these again, get these out of the way. Alright, so let's go real quick. So like I said, the 7CR17 is around 57 on the Hardwell scale. Rockwell scale, 8CR13 is 57, OS8 is 58, 440C 60, VG10, which I didn't go over, is roughly 60. Spyderco uses a lot of that. The M390 is the premium, still like 62. S330V is another high end, is 63. The Benchmade bug out would be one of those. Spyderco Para 2. Usually Spyderco Para 2 goes for 150 to 130. Then the H1 is a 63. It's like used for the Spyderco Salt Water edition, so it won't rust. And then of course the 30 to 100 is kind of like, is on the Rockwell scale 64, but the price is only like roughly around 30 to 100. So here's just kind of an overview what I found out in the last few years of collecting knives. So, all right, thanks, bye.